Hello farmers and welcome back to American Falls in the telehandler over at the cow barn, trying to stack up all these straw bales that we made a while ago. It's time to put them into the shed. I'm just getting the first stack in for September, and then I want to go over and I got to redo the soil samples in the rye field, and then I may also do the grass field for soil samples as well, just to be sure. And both of those fields need to be fertilized. Then we can move on to October, where we got to sell a whole bunch of refinery products because we'll have to buy our corn/sunflower header, and those crops should be ready for harvest in October. If not October, then November. I've already taken care of the pigs just a second ago, so they're all set until next month, and I checked on the sheep and the cows. They are good to go until next month, at least for now. So we'll get these tasks done and move on and buy some more stuff. And I think we might actually sell so much from the refinery. Not only will we get ourselves a corn header, but we may get our first solar panel as well. We'll see how the money goes. The corn header is like 156 to 160,000. Depends on any modifications I do to it. And the solar panel, I think it's just shy. The big solar panels in the base game are like 96,000, I want to say. Yeah, so about $250,000 is what we'll need to get both those products. But the main thing, of course, is the corn/sunflower header. And once I really get the corn/sunflower header, that is all the stuff I need to get for the farm before we leave here in January. Alright, so that's one stack. I'm trying to think. Yeah, I usually park the baler over there, but I guess I can park the baler in front of the tedder if I need to. Alright, let's go ahead. I'm just going to park this here. I may come back to this later on this episode, but that's not a priority because nothing really happens to the bales by sitting out in the elements of nature. So, the Landini, I need two things. I need the soil sampler. And now I need the fertilizer spreader. Yeah, I'm not really sure what happened with the... Oh, I know what happened with the rye field. The soil is out of date. I swear I checked that after harvest, but maybe I didn't. Alright, let's get out of here. And head on down to the rye field and soil sample that, fertilize it. And I definitely got to fertilize the grass field because next month that should be ready to be cut and made into hay once again. For the last time for us anyways. Yeah, so we're able to be able to buy everything that we need for the farm before we leave here, which is great. And then the solar panels finally. I talked about the solar panels after we got rid of the chickens and ducks, which I still got a couple pallet of eggs there, but I'm not too worried about it. Eggs are not going to bring in that much money. If I need like a quick, I don't know how much money I even got for the eggs. Maybe $1,200 worth, somewhere in that vicinity. All right, while I'm going here, let's unfold the soil sampler. Let's bring up the mini map so we can see the area that we're covering. I'm actually going to start the furthest away. Well, actually, I don't have to get that close. Alright, so I can't quite get the whole field, but that's okay. Maybe I can get the whole field now, because the field does narrow up as I move on down. Yeah, I can get the whole width now. So, soil samples first. I want to send them in to be analyzed. Then we can come back and fertilize. And then we have a little bit of a field over here I need to do, but I'm going to try to get some of the other fields as well. Alright, don't need to be drilling in the road, so I guess right here is going to be good. Alright, hopefully no traffic is coming. Yeah, it hasn't been that long since I did the grass field, but since we harvest it 3 times a year compared to 1 time for the other fields, it might be due. And it's good to overlap if you can. Nope, right there's good. Do love the soil sampler mod that we use. I think I'm using just a step up, so the radius is like twice as wide. You can get the supersized one, which I think for even American Falls, which is a decent sized map, I might be able to soil sample the whole map in like 6 samples. That's how big of a radius it covers. Alright, and then soil sample here. And I'm guessing probably 2 more, or can I get it in 1? No, I might be able to get it in 1. Yep, we can. Okay, so now I need to drop off the fertilizer spreader in order for me to send in the samples. Alright, and now we can raise and fold that up. Don't need the map anymore. And we're just waiting for the money to disappear. Any moment now. Any moment now. There we go. $16.50 for soil samples. That's not too bad. Alright, let's go ahead and get this all fertilized. Am I the widest working width? We are. Perfect. So grass field is definitely the priority 1 for fertilizing, because this will be ready next month to be harvested. And technically I could get the rye field done all the way up until harvest time, but that's going to take us a second as well. We already set up for it. I'm hoping I get the right setup for our corn header. I can't remember what someone left a comment on. It's I think the rollers underneath the corn header, if I get those, the field will also be considered as mulched after we harvest it. And that'd be a good thing to have, because that'll add better yield to our field, of course. I mean, it ain't going to affect us any, because after we harvest the sunflowers and the corn, and if you want to count this grass field, we're done harvesting here anyways. Someone did ask, am I getting paid for my time here? No. I guess. I really don't want to be bringing any money with me to whatever map I go to next. I mean, I could kind of count that as a storyline, because, I mean, even if they did pay me, let's say, a couple $100,000 for my 9 years here, a couple $100,000 on a new map, by the time I buy property, that might be it. So, I mean, I could say they're going to pay me some cash here. I suppose I could just say whatever money the farm has when we leave here, I could take that. But that's not going to leave me a whole lot to get started on the next series. And honestly, I really don't know what my plans are for the next series, what map. I have a couple of ideas of what we can do, and that would be kind of hard to figure out, well, how much money do you need? I have no idea, because I don't know exactly what I'm doing yet for the next series. And I probably won't know what I'm doing for the next series until this one's actually finished and what I feel like doing. So we'll have to wait and see. I have not even been looking at maps. I have not looked at... I know the maps are coming out on the Mod Hub, but I really haven't been on any maps, driving around on them and looking to see what they're all about. I mean, I haven't looked at any maps really since Hills of Tuscany. So, and that's been a while. I see maps come out And yeah, that's pretty much all I know about maps right now. I do know of 2 maps that are in the making, but I have not heard anything on those maps in a while. I thought I was going to get another map, and I do have another map in the very early stages, but I have not heard from the map maker in a while, and they haven't replied to anything, so I'm not sure what happened there on that map. But who knows? It's one of those things you never know. I could get a message here in 5 seconds. But like, hey, here's the map I've been working on. It's like, oh, okay, cool. And then it's one of those things. Does the map fit what you want to do on it? All right, so this will be the grass field taken care of. All right, let's scooch over and take care of this rye field. Now, some parts of it, it's not going to take fertilizer because the soil sampling in that area was fine. It's going to be when we get... Okay, there we are. It's like somewhere through here, it's going to require some fertilizer. Is it putting it down? Because it doesn't look like it's actually adding anything. The soil texture is not changing, which is interesting. We are using fertilizer. But the soil texture did not change. It's going to be kind of hard to see. Well, I guess I could do it like this. Alright, so there's changing. Just that the we're not getting like a darker soil texture on it. I mean, the soil could be kind of confused because we did put fertilizer into the ground, so technically I guess the soil color would have changed because, yeah, we're just adding more to what we already had on here, if that makes sense. I could have waited a month and then I would have seen it, but the rye would have grown and it might be a little bit more difficult to see what we need to be doing here. But we can see on the mini-map very clear that we are fertilizing it all evenly. It is kind of interesting to see that when you don't have the soil sampling, how it fertilizes the ground. We can see that it's just all over the place. Alright, I probably don't need it that wide of a working width, so I'm going to narrow it down just a bit. I don't think it matters with precision farming. It could. Technically, it should only be putting down as much as it needs. But that looks a whole lot better. And we are done. And you can see the fertilizer spreader not applying any more fertilizer, which is perfect. All right, let's turn that off. Let me just go into here. Not the, I mean, I got the soil sampler on now, but I should have checked it before I started. If I go to here, this field here has not been planted yet, so it will need to be taken care of. These fields we won't be planting in at all. And yeah, this field here, I'm not sure what happened to this field here. The soil's not out of data, but you can see how it fertilized it. Just really odd. pH value worked fine, so I'm not really sure what happened in that field. Our overall score is 96, which is pretty good considering. What one do I have to go on here? This one, because we got this lot right here, which I explained many episodes ago. It actually leaks over, like right here. We own some of this. We own this property here, I guess, and we own some soil here. So it's just a field that you can't really take care of. So getting a perfect 100 score on American Falls will be very, very difficult. All right, let's bring the Landini back. So the grass field's done, the rye field's done. I don't think it's going to take me too long to take care of the rest of the straw bales, so we'll go ahead and do that, and then we can call it a month. A little bit of a tight squeeze between the slurry tank and these bales, but we got enough room. And the more bales I start picking up right away and moving, well, the more room I get. So I think we're leaving enough straw bales for the next farm manager. They should be happy with that. They should be able to easily make it until next harvest season. And they will have at least one wheat field to harvest and get straw off for next year. Kind of forgot rye. I think, did we get straw from rye? I think we did. I'm not the neatest stacker in the world, because we all know I like my autoloaders, so I usually just unload from there. Whoop. And let the autoloader unload it nice and straight. Just like this pile over here was unloaded from the autoloader. But getting the telehandler, that was a good, should I say a late purchase? A late item that I wanted to buy for the farm. Moving around these bales. Because we all know the autoloading trailer cannot really go all the way in to the feed trough for the cows, because the way they stack on the gooseneck, the bales are just stacked too high. They can't go underneath the roof. And being able just to grab a few bales now and then for the cows instead of using a trailer is nice. And we're also able to keep the Valtra over at the sheep and goats pen instead of having to drive back and forth. And really, in the past, this month, I would also be bringing over the slurry and manure. But since we're kind of in the state that we are with the money, I'm not in that big of a rush. The slurry over at the pigs may be full by morning. But it's kind of funny how your finances go on a farm. Because before, when we first got the BGA and I was bringing the slurry over, it's like, ooh, that gets me almost like $1,000 an hour. Now I'm thinking about, yeah, there's no rush to get it over there. It's only going to bring in $1,000 an hour. Of course, in real life, that would be great, getting $1,000 an hour. Alright, at least we got the cow yard picked up. And all the bales are protected. Yeah, I really kind of hope the next version of Farming Simulator has decomposing of material. But maybe not when it's in a shed, kind of like I've mentioned many times, Seasons is in FS19. Alright, let's go and rest through the rest of the night. Yeah, I keep seeing some comments. I don't know if you're just having fun with it or whatnot. The reason why we can't sleep at this house that we have up here, as I mentioned, that house is on our property. But for those who actually don't play Farming Simulator, just because you have a house there, they have to have a sleep trigger to sleep at. So if I turn on interactive zone markers, this is where there's a sleep trigger. I don't think there's one. I should go double check. I think I did before off camera. But this house up here, like I said, we do own it. It's on our property. But I don't think there's a sleep trigger here. It's just a quote-unquote decorative house. So you can see there's no marker that says, yes, you can sleep here. You need a trigger point to sleep at it. So the next farm manager does have a place to stay. They have that house. But in order for us to pass time, we need one of these sleep triggers. That's why we got ourselves a cheap tent. Yes, we'll sleep until 8 o'clock. No sense to get up earlier because it should be dark. And the store does not open until 8 o'clock. That was midnight. that we heard a little ding. I don't mind rain, but that's not... Okay, it's still raining, but it says cloudy. No more space for wool. Well, the sheep are producing a good amount of wool, and we wake up with a negative 1,671 in the bank account, even though we sold animals. Production cost, okay. Yeah, no more space for wool. All right, so be it. Let me go ahead and turn off interactive zone markers. Yeah, the rain should stop here shortly. Let's come over to here and let's start with... Ooh, I left the gate open when I fed the pigs. But they're all still here. It says 200. Where's the trigger? There it is. All right, so $700. That's what we're looking for. How many do we got? 3. All right, so well now we're above zero. I mean, we're gonna be way above zero here in a little while. Okay, just one of those. Just looking for 700. There we go. 7 of those. One of those. And, okay, we got some more. And some more. All right, I think I sold all the ones that are worth 700 at least. So we sold 15 pigs. Now we're almost at 9,000. All right. It's a step in the right direction. Let's advance time just a little bit because, you know, there goes the rain. Let's get the sun up just a little bit more. All right, that's 9 o'clock. Yeah, we'll just go right at least 9 o'clock. Yeah, so wool. Yeah, I'm not too worried about the wool, but I will take care of it. I already got the international over here and already got some supplies on here. I don't think I've driven through here. Are materials going to disappear driving through here as well? Yes, they do. Interesting that the production buildings take the material back in. Alright, so I can't drive through there either. No big deal. So, the motor oil, bearing grease, or, wait, is it bearing grease and the bearings? I think those are the 3. Those prices are still going up. The paraffin price should be going down. I'm not going to be too picky. We're just going to grab everything and sell everything, and there's only one sell point to go to, which is right here. And I think it's going to be fun not looking at the stock market page to see exactly how much we're going to get from selling all this material today. And plus, that doesn't count our environmental score bonus. So we're going to sell all the material from both refineries. And it does take a while because these do not double stack. I think the paraffin may double stack, but the other products do not. So I can only take about, what, about a dozen pallets at a time. And there's going to be maybe like 3 or 4 more trips I need to make here. So trip number 1 already got us up to 50,000. And like I said, I would like to get up to about $250,000. And I think we will get there. I can't remember because I haven't looked at these since I logged on today. I haven't looked at the stock market page myself to remember exactly how much I'm going to get for all this material. And plus, now we just slept overnight, so we got a whole bunch more. So, let me go ahead and grab more from the small refinery. And you can see I still got more material there from the small refinery. And then we got the large refinery, which is making it faster than the small refinery. So you get the idea. So I think what we'll do here is I'll just do this in a time lapse. I don't know how it's going to look. But at least you'll get to see every trip that I make. And you can watch the money going up. And then we'll spend probably all of it. At least as much as I can. Alright, so one more trailer load. I would say we're going to get so much money per trailer load, but since we're going to have 4 different products that we're selling, depending on how much I get of each product, and every price is different for each product, it's going to be hard to say you're going to should get like I'm going to say like $40,000 per trailer load. I kind of goofed up, so I'm not going to get this all in one go. But I'll try to add it up here in just a second. All right, so that's about 32,000, almost 33,000. And let's see, we get another 11,000, so 44, 45, almost $46,000 I got for that trailer load. So ballpark it if you want. But, I mean, you can watch the money going up in the time lapse anyways. So I will see you, or I mean, you're going to see me anyways, but I'll talk to you in just a few seconds when I get all this delivered. After I run into a car.
Taking my hand, leading the way, staying the night. Looking at you, making your moves, there is no silence. I wish you'd never let go. All this moving in the zone, I'ma lose it out of control. Yeah, 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 yeah. Looking so sweet, but you're dynamite. I just wanna dance with you. Feeling that burn, I'm not getting out. Yeah, yeah. Baby, you make me lose my mind. Maybe you wanna stay the night. Time goes fast, I don't care. I've known you long enough. When we go, we lose track of time. You and I, we can stay inside. Time goes fast, I don't care. I've known you long enough. I know what I want, know that I care. Nothing can change that. Talk to me, babe, fall for me, babe. Need you to hear me. Never have I felt this way. I hope you feel the same. I'ma lose it out of control. Looking so sweet, but you're dynamite. I just wanna dance with you. Feeling that burn, I'm not getting out. Yeah, yeah. Baby, you make me lose my mind. Maybe you wanna stay the night. Time goes fast, I don't care. I've known you long enough. When we go, we lose track of time. You and I, we can stay inside. Time goes fast, I don't care. I've known you long enough. Yeah, I wanna get there, I wanna get there. Just take my hand. Yeah, I wanna get there, I wanna get there. Just in my mind. Yeah, I wanna get there, I wanna get there. Just take my hand. Yeah, I wanna get there, I wanna get there. Just in my mind. I fell for you, you made it easy for me.
Well, I think this is the last load. Nothing is respawning. Yep, other than diesel fuel, which we sold last month. Nothing left here, but that was more trips than I thought I was going to get. Way over the 250 that, was my goal. We're at 410, plus whatever it is here. If we get to 450, I should be able to buy 3 solar panels along with our sunflower corn header. I need 450, I do believe, for that. Maybe some change. Hopefully the time lapse went well. I thought about doing a jump cut, but then there's always going to be that one person out there. I'm like, that was too much money that you just brought in. Did you cheat it in? No. Yeah. It's not my style. If I cheat money in, I'm going to tell you about it because that ruins the fun to me anyways. But this crude oil production brings in the money. I mean, look how much... I play in hard economy, so this is rolling in the cash. Just shy of 450. All right, so we'll leave the international there. Let's go into the store, and the first thing we definitely want to get into is the corn header. And yes, the one we've been using, but we were leasing it. 156, but stock handling... I don't know if it's a Stomper or Devastators. Well, you know what? It's... I think it's going to be the Devastators, honestly. It doesn't charge any extra for it, so I can always modify it afterwards. But we're going to go with the Devastators. I think, I want to say it was Devastators. So 156 for that. Perfect. All right, now let's jump on to the map. And where are we here? I need to be over here-ish. Go to the chicken pen with no chickens. I think I'm standing on the eggs. Yep, there we are. Let's go ahead and find a place to plop down these solar panels. So, construction, production, generators, and it's these beauties right here. Yep, we'll pop one down. One there. And I do have enough for 3 of them. And now we should be earning money from them every hour. And the good thing is, well, it's 11 o'clock. I'll tell you what. Let's go ahead and advance an hour, and we'll see how much money we earn in the hour with 3 solar panels in the middle of the day. It's kind of a cloudy day, so I don't know if it's going to affect how much money it brings in, but we'll get a rough idea. Okay, I wasn't paying attention. What was that? Yeah? Well, you saw it. I thought it was going to come up as a total every hour, but no, it just adds the money. You know, I'm going to have to go another hour. So we're at 10,000 because I got to see for myself at this point. We all know I'm an idiot, and I looked at the wrong part. All right, so about $1,700 roughly. All right, I'll put it at times 1. Let me just actually go back over. I need the international. We're right here anyways. I got to take care of the sheep's wool. And I am going to put it just aside, and I think I'll let the next year's next farm manager handle it. Selling in October is going to be a terrible price. I suppose for fun, because currently I don't need the money for anything else, and I already got more solar panels than I thought I was going to have. But maybe we will buy the spinnery for the next farm manager, and I can just put that wool in there. Like I said, we're not going to benefit from this, but like I said, I got to keep running this farm as if I'm staying here long term. What side are you unloading on? Unload on the right side. That's perfect for me. That'll do. Alright, so that is taken care of. Alright, let's go down to the store. I've already had the combine down here for about a month or so. Now, I still got more product to sell this month. I do have butter. The butter and cheese in October should be at a great price. Okay, $9.41. Okay, the price is actually dropping on that. Well, we'll take care of that later on this month, but probably next episode. Because now I got to get down the road with this. And I may have to turn traffic off here in just a moment. Because I do take up the entire road. Now, of course, I could get myself... Yeah, let's go ahead and turn off traffic. I could get myself a header trailer for this. But I would only lease it for one-time use because all of our fields are right in the middle. And as long as we keep harvesting in the middle, I'm not going to be having to go down the road with it. Oh, any train? Nope, still no train. I won't have many more times I'm going to be crossing that track, and I have yet to be hit by the train. I mean, I've been through there just before the train comes. I see the train go through, then the barricades come down. I haven't had any, what I would call, close calls yet. So far my luck is playing out for me here, at least train-wise. So we have weeds in our rye field. Yeah, definitely need to keep the speed down to ×1. I got plenty more work to do here this month. Grass field needs to be cut. Well, we're doing the cornfield first. Oh, I keep forgetting about that fence that sticks out a little further than the post. Yeah, we got the grass field, we got the cornfield, which we're getting ready to harvest. We got the sunflower field that needs to be harvested, and the wheat field needs to be planted. But other than that, wait, is the corn not ready? The corn or sunflowers are not ready. Corn, sunflowers. Well, they better be ready next month. Well, okay. I can check mark that off the list for the things to do in October. But that doesn't mean our work is not done. All right, let's get back to selling here. We will go ahead and sell the milk and butter. And then, yeah, I think next episode we will finish off October with drilling the wheat field and cutting the grass field. Just trying not to knock over my wool pallets. Now I think the milk and, the butter and the cheese, the best prices are at different locations. So, I'll have to double check to see where I want to bring everything. I could either bring it all one place if the price is not that much of a difference, or I could just pick up one product, go sell it, and then pick up the rest of the other product and go sell it elsewhere. I think one said Johnson's Market, which I think is the area that we're going to be right in. And if we earn enough, maybe we'll buy the spinnery today. And then I can bring the wool there and start the process of making fabric. Oh, that's right, got the traffic still turned off. I'm like, boy, there's no cars here. You just turned the traffic off. That's why. Alright, so before I start picking up things here, let me go back into the stock market page. Butter is going to Johnson's, and cheese is going to We Buy Anything. So, let's go to here. Butter is going to Johnson's at $9.41. We Buy Anything, $9.36. Not that big of a difference, so right now I might be bringing everything to We Buy Anything. So the cheese is going to We Buy Anything and to Johnson's Market. I think we'll bring everything to We Buy Everything, because that is almost a $50 difference. And this is a $5 difference. So let's load up I say everything, as much as we can take. Ooh, am I going to be able to grab it all? Starting to profit from the cows. That's a lot of weight in the back, and the International has no weight on the front axles. It doesn't want to turn. So 25,000 liters of butter and 10,000 liters of cheese. Now off to We Buy Anything. So I guess I'll be crossing the tracks one more time. Today anyways. This little International truck has proven its worth driving all this stuff around. The Fendt did actually, now that I think about it, the Fendt did pretty darn well, because the whole time I thought I had the 538 horsepower engine in it, and it had the 385 engine in there. So it hauled it around pretty darn good. I was ready to say, please no train at this point. Come on, turn it, you can do it. Just to confirm that I'm delivering it to the right spot. As I roll in there anyways. Yep, We Buy Anything. Here we go. because I, once again, did not look to see what I was going to get for all this stuff. Is that going to be enough for the spinnery? Is the spinnery only 45,000? Let's go to the spinnery and see how much that is. I want to say it's 45,000, is it not? Spinnery's going to be right here. And where's the trigger for the spinnery? Somewhere around, oh, it's got to be here. 60,000. Of course, I am shy by $1,000, but I know how to get some. We'll speed up time for another hour and let the solar panels do their thing. And yeah, okay, we'll do it again. Of course, now it'll be 3 o'clock in the afternoon. I still got to cut that. Well, the grass is not that big of a thing. I could do it next month as well. All right, so we now own the spinnery. How about that? Bought the spinnery, 3 solar panels, and a corn header, which eventually we'll get to use. But, yeah, not too bad. I think the rest will just go ahead and keep the money for a while. That'd be a good idea. We do have a whole bunch more stuff to sell, of course. We got all this flour, which, by the way, I need to go down and clear that out because that is spawn point is full. And it's getting to be a mess down here. But got to get that production back up and running. This is going to be fun to sell in January. Kind of wish these held a little bit more for liters. But I guess it might be better if the storage held a little bit more. At least now we got this production back up and running. So next episode, yeah, we'll be planting some wheat. Also harvesting that grass, making some hay out of it. And hopefully the weather holds out because we're already at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. And being October, it's going to get dark in the next 3 hours or so. So if I play it real time, we should be all set, I would assume. But anyways, that is where we are going to wrap it up for today, guys. Hopefully you guys did enjoy the episode. I do appreciate you watching as always. And I'll catch you again right here in American Falls. But until then, have a good one.